Welcome back to another rendition of the Bros and the Berg podcast. My name is Ryan Doyle, here with Connor Doyle, our executive producer, and Robbie Bergstone, our better half of the talent portion of the podcast. It is April 12th.
We each bring 40% talent and Connor brings 20. Does that seem fair? I think that seems fair.
I do everything else, so.
I think my cat brings an occasional 5%.
Honestly,
I wouldn't even give Connor 20. Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
You hate to see that.
His friends came on and also gave us 5%, so Connor's probably down more like 10.
Yeah, it's not that good. Yeah. Anyways, thank you for joining us on another week of this, wherever you catch our podcast, whether it be YouTube, Spotify, and our big fans over on the Google Podcast.
It's gonna happen every single time.
You're never gonna believe what I did this week.
What would you do, man? Did you listen to us on Google Podcasts?
I downloaded Google Podcasts.
Let's go, man! All the shout outs and living subconsciously there.
So first off, Connor, it is on Google Podcasts, so good job there. I was half expecting to get on there and it not be.
No,
there.
I knew it was on Google Podcasts.
So big one there. Also, interesting thing, our entire podcast is flagged as explicit on Google Podcasts.
No, I do that.
But Spotify only half of them are flagged.
Yeah, because I forgot to label some of them. I don't know. It's so weird. It you label it personally for some reason. I don't know why. I think if you have one of them on Google, it makes them all. But Spotify, you label them by episode.
The executive producer by forgetting to label certain things. You know.
Well,
there are probably children out there listening to these episodes.
yeah, definitely.
Whatever we talk about on this podcast, which I actually don't know what we talk about half the time, but.
Absolutely wild. And as we are starting this podcast, I look over to my left to see Connor had put a bet on Kevin Durant hitting over 2.5 threes in the play-in game against the Cleveland Cavaliers. That bet is not going to happen, so Connor is down $15. I'm sure Mom will be thrilled.
$10. Will put in 5.
Okay. Will ponied up 5?
Yeah. Oh, he's big set.
Notice it wasn't me gambling this time. I just want that to be noted.
I also did not put any money on these games.
Wasn't me.
I would also like it to be known that we wanted to get Kyrie over on turnovers, and Kyrie had 3.5. So.
And to be fair, the Cavs covered, which I definitely would not have bet. I would have bet Brooklyn covering, so I'm glad I didn't.
It was like 9. It was like a 9.5 spread, though. Yeah, they were down
9.5 to 27. The under is also going to hit unless this magically goes to overtime. So.
Yeah.
Bad looks for Connor.
Bad looks for sure. But tomorrow, Pelicans, Spurs, and who's the other?
The Hornets and the Hawks.
The Hawks.
My guy.
Hornets, Hawks. That's on me. And we still got the Clippers, Timberwolves tonight.
Yeah,
which should be a pretty good game. I was looking at some of these alternate prop bets. There's some pretty crazy ones with Cat going 15 over rebounds, Anthony Edwards plus 31 points. There's some decent odds that I was seeing. So. Pretty entertaining. Where do you guys like to go with the rest of the podcast?
Well, we can stop here. I think
we're
good. I think that's enough content.
Nothing else actually happened in the wide world of sports this week, so I think we can just sign off. Actually,
Robbie, this is just a quick side tangent. Obviously, this podcast will probably mostly be focused on the NBA and the NBA playoffs as that gets into full gear. But Robbie,
don't forget the Masters.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to address. Obviously, Tiger Woods not doing as well as one may hope. He did. No, he didn't make the cut. Are you happy about that?
Yeah, I would like to see him, stay a little more consistent through the weekend. But he played all 72 holes, which I don't think anyone was totally sure he could do before the weekend started. Sure. So he did do that. He didn't finish in last of the players that made the cut either.
True.
So, I think all in all, a solid weekend for Tiger. And also, Scottie Scheffler is a fucking machine.
Yeah.
I mean, 3 out of 5 tournaments is Tiger-esque. You don't really do that. So, I mean, it happens where golfers go on hot streaks. Obviously, Jordan Spieth has had his moments. Rory has had his. But, I mean, you see Scheffler heating up like this. It's something that doesn't happen very often.
Yeah. I mean, Scheffler had played very consistent golf over the 4 days, but you just mentioned Rory. Rory's final round was absolutely insane. Was it course record 64? I think that's
it wasn't a course record. I think it was a final round record.
Final round record of 64. So that was 8 under. And that shot at 18th really just capitalized the pitch in, and then Morikawa following in it. I was almost swerved my car into the median when I was watching it on my phone coming back.
And then he.
I'm sorry, Ryan. Were you watching television while you were driving?
100%. Yeah. Thank you to your Christmas gift for the little magnetic thing. You put
This is Connor's fault.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's 100% right. Connor's fault.
Yeah.
No, don't worry. He immediately called me afterwards to Connor. Was like, "Did you see that?" And I was like, "I'm driving." He's like, "And?"
I'm going to come clean. There was definitely some distracted driving as I got into Birmingham and was watching, some of this unfold. So
that's disappointing.
Sorry, Mom.
Rory at St. Andrews feels like a good bet. Some probably some good value there. But yeah, I think it was not an overly exciting Masters. I mean, the fact that Scheffler 4-putted and still won by 3 strokes on the final hole is a little boring, but Tiger's back. Rory, I think you can say Rory's back.
Yeah, I mean, he was playing decent golf. I mean, he was like even going into the final day or whatever it was, +1. So, Dustin finished like mid-teens. Rahm had a bad weekend.
Yeah, JT also finished like mid-teens. He got within a couple of strokes Saturday.
Yep.
And then didn't play very well Sunday. So,
I mean, Tiger still had some Tiger shots. I mean, he has a rebuilt right leg, a surgically fused spine. He's 46. Like, who knows if he'll ever beat the record, the 18 major championships.
But he will be at St. Andrews. So.
He will be at St. Andrews, and Robbie will always put $5 on Tiger to win a major.
You're just losing money if you don't.
Because it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
Well,
it's a great weekend though. Great to watch.
Roping it back into the NBA playoffs, obviously the 2 play-in games are happening today and tomorrow. Obviously the 2 games that happened today, one has already happened with the Nets beating the Cavaliers 115-108. Can't say anyone's surprised. I don't think when you have KD and Kyrie, especially playing the way that they did tonight, they operated some of the best I've ever seen them. Kyrie went 10 for 11 or 12 for 12 initially. So I mean and he was making some insane passes. Like Drummond got 4 or 5 easy dunks because of the way that Kyrie passed the ball. I mean when KD and Kyrie operated this, there's honestly not many teams in the league that I think could contend, especially when Ben Simmons is going to be roped into the whole situation. I don't know how you compete with that. What are your thoughts, Robbie, on the Nets as a whole?
Kyrie just does Kyrie things. Sometimes. Is Ryan on the phone right now?
Yeah.
No, I think I think the Nets are very scary. I actually don't think Ben Simmons does all that much for them. I know it's a weird thing to say. I mean, a little bit more defense, but offensively, I don't think he really does that much.
Well, they don't need it.
That's true.
They don't need it. Yeah. And then the other 7. This is a 7-8. The other 7-8 matchup tonight is the Clippers and the Timberwolves. I am predicting that the Clippers are going to win, and I'm predicting Paul George to drop like 32-35. I think Paul George is going to have a very good game.
Is Anthony Edwards also going to have a good game?
I would expect Cat to do more of the heavy lifting in terms of
Anthony Edwards and Cat go for over 45 easily. I would say probably right around 50. I think the Timberwolves win this game because I hate the Clippers.
The Clippers. But so you have no basketball reason.
You just hate Clippers.
Really don't like the Clippers.
No, you hate the Clippers and you hate Paul George.
They still don't have Kawhi, right? I mean, it's the Paul George show, and we've seen what Pandemic P can really do in the playoffs, right? I think it's just, like, with that, you don't have the second option of Kawhi, and Kawhi's obviously the lead option, but, like, Paul George has really got to carry that all on his own shoulders. Who's going to do it? Zubac? I mean, they're bums. They don't even have Pat Bev to go annoy Anthony
Pat Bev's a bum. Come on, man.
Listen, there's one thing about this podcast.
Pat Bev is on the Timberwolves.
I know, that's right. He's going to harass Pandemic P.
He's going to get ejected again.
He's going to get ejected again. I would not be surprised at all. So, Robbie, you said you were taking the Clippers too?
I also got the Clippers.
So we'll quickly just make predictions for the other two. So the other one is the Hawks Hornets. I think that's the hardest one to predict is the Hawks and Hornets matchup.
I'm going with the Hornets just because the Hawks are on my do not gamble on list, which we'll get into here in a second.
Honestly, I was actually
gamble on the Atlanta Hawks.
I think that's an upset. I think the Hornets are gonna beat the Hawks. I think that's gonna happen. But then they have to play They have to play the Cavs, and I don't think they're going to beat the Cavs.
Probably
this game does have a really high over-under at 236. Where do we think that's going to land? Because both of these teams physically cannot play defense.
LaMelo triple-double is a lock.
Oh, yeah.
LaMelo quad-double with
LaMelo quad-double. Actually, LaMelo triple-double is also on the do-not-bet list because I would do it every game if I had the opportunity. So
Yeah. And then the last game is the San Antonio Spurs versus the New Orleans Pelicans. I'm gonna take the Pelicans. I think McCollum and Ingram are too much star power for the Spurs to be able to handle. I think DeJounte Murray's great, but I think the Pelicans have the upper hand there.
Josh Primo, Alabama guy too.
My boy Primo. Yeah. Herbie, where's Herbie at?
I gotta ask.
Herbie's on the Pels.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
So between the Clippers and Timberwolves, do you think? I think the Pelicans honestly have a shot at beating either of those teams. A shot. I'm not saying it's probable, but I think it's more likely that upset will happen than the Eastern Conference one.
I think Ryan wants the Clippers not make the playoffs more than he wants the Mavs to make a run in the playoffs.
Oh yeah.
Mavs in 7 without Luka.
No, that's a terrible. That's take. The worst take I've ever heard in my life. I love the Mavs with all my heart, and that's one of the worst things I've ever heard.
Listen, hammer the Mavs money line game 1. It's gonna happen. The AAC is gonna be rocking. Mavs have a winning record at home without Luka this season. It's the Jazz can't score. We play great defense. It's just
not in the last stretch of the season.
I'm gonna need you to take your head, Ryan, and remove it from your ass.
Jazz are 4-6 in their last 10. They've been floundering a little bit. They lost like the 4th seed.
You're out of your gourd.
Playing better.
This sounds like a lot of cherry picking stats to match a narrative to me, but
that is all sports radio is. What do you mean, Mickey? Cherry picking?
We're not sports radio. We're a sports podcast. It's different.
Oh, you're right.
We have standards here.
Yeah. But T-Wolves and Pelicans make it out of the play-in for the West, and then the T-Wolves.
Whoa, you think the Clippers get absolutely trounced?
He doesn't think that. That's what he wants to happen.
Yes, I do.
That's what he wants to happen.
I'll put money on it.
Oh, here we go.
Bye, Robbie.
No. Did Robbie die?
I had to wipe my nose. I apologize.
Oh, I thought you were just sick of Ryan's dumbass takes.
He did a thing. Hey, yo.
Yeah, you heard me. Little idiot.
Speaking of, I keep bringing it up, but would you fellas? This is for the entire podcast now. This is not just for me. But we have a no bet list for the podcast.
Okay.
And the reason we have this is because we're all really bad at gambling and we keep betting on stupid things that lose us money. I have to actually add one from the other day.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So first off, NBA over-unders. Ryan, we're literally always wrong.
That's correct, yes.
Every single time. That parlay we put together live on podcast a couple weeks ago, we were wrong.
It's not on my no bet list. I take it. I like over-unders.
No.
Okay,
it's not.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, yeah, you're right.
Next up, Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, that's a fair one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because every time you bet the under, he's going to go for 30, and every time you bet the over, he's going to go for 10.
Yep.
Chris Paul.
No, I bet on Chris Paul for like
that's I'll admit that's more of a personal thing. Every time I bet on his assists, I'm always wrong.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. His assists are always set like 10.5, and like it's like
hard.
Westbrook. Anytime you bet under, he's gonna go over whatever. Canadian hockey teams, as a whole.
I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, I would never do that.
Legitimately gambling.
What?
Betting on Canadian hockey teams for me because I don't know what's going on. Yeah.
Well, I mean, also they always burn me, so we're not going to gamble on them.
Okay, that's fair.
LaMelo triple doubles, like I said, that's more of a reminder for me. Because
you really love chasing triple doubles.
If that pops up and it has good odds, I'm gonna bet on it. Like that's just gonna happen.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Joey Gallo. This is another personal thing. He cost me like $300 the other night.
Good lord! I thought you meant I thought you meant you put in $300.
No. I would have won. I would have won $300.
You needed one hit from that.
He didn't have one hit.
He didn't have a single hit. He's batting 111 on the season.
I mean, I've heard that Gallo either hits a home run or strikes out. So
yeah, that's what he did in Dallas. Texas.
Well, so I think we're just gonna loop in all former Rangers players into this.
Yeah.
I just feel like that's a good move for everyone's wallet.
Josh Hamilton still plays, right? He's still on the Rangers.
He got in trouble like a couple weeks ago.
Did he really? That's poor.
If by play you mean on the slopes, yeah.
Jeez.
We don't mean to belittle or make fun of anybody struggling with substance abuse issues here on the podcast.
Sorry.
Yikes.
Leave it
in. And finally, the Atlanta Hawks.
Yes, we do.
As I'm wearing a Hawks shirt for everyone watching on YouTube.
404.
I'm actively wearing a Hawks shirt, but every time I went to a Hawks game, I'd obviously put a bet down on them.
Yeah.
They didn't hit it any single time. So
it's all a no bet list.
No
I'm looking at the current playoff matchups right here. I'm going to announce some of the ones that I find particularly interesting. I think just because they were a lot better than people expected them to be, I have a little bit of interest in the 4 versus 5 in the Eastern Conference, the Philadelphia 76ers versus the Toronto Raptors. I think that's an interesting series. I think the Sixers take it, but I think that the Raptors put up more of a fight than people anticipate.
I think that's a solid take.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a bad one.
Yeah.
We've had worse.
I'm particularly angry about that take.
All right. The other one that I'm I'm interested in the West is Golden State versus Denver, the 3-6 matchup. I think Jokic has a few, 40, 10, and 15 games kind of thing where he might go crazy.
Yeah.
So
I just don't think the backcourt for the Nuggets are talented enough.
That's fair.
Warriors in 6.
I think it's a good. Yeah, I would agree with that.
Is while we're on Jokic, is he the MVP again? He has gone insane the last
5 or 6 games. He's averaging 38 points a game.
What were his final averages? Dude, there were so many candidates.
He is more important to the Nuggets than Embiid is to the 76ers.
They don't do that though, because if they awarded the award like that, LeBron would have won it 10 times. If they awarded the award like
there could be an argument that LeBron definitely should have
won it more than he did.
He should have. Yeah, I think that there's no debate. So Jokic just finished with 27, 14, and 8.
But would you say Jokic is that much more important to the Nuggets than Giannis is to the Bucks? Because Giannis is pretty important to the Bucks.
I think it's a pretty equal comparison.
Bucks still make the playoffs. Nuggets are in barely in the play-in game.
If the Nuggets are healthy, I think they still make the playoffs without Jokic. Like if you have Jamal Murray and you have MPJ actually healthy, I think they make the playoffs.
Yeah, I would agree. Maybe I might agree with Ryan though. I think they might be a play-in team.
Okay, I could see it. Well, I mean, I was thinking a 7-8 seed, which is, I guess, technically a play-in team now.
Yeah. I mean, because the Bucks have what? They have, Middleton and Holiday.
They have Middleton and Holiday, who are solid players, but they don't
stars,
even sniff an NBA championship without Giannis. They don't even sniff the Eastern Conference.
Put some respect on my boy Middleton's name. That boy can hoop.
To be fair, they're both Holiday and Middleton are both averaging 25 and 5.
I'm saying.
They have one of the best players in the league.
They're hoopists. Hooper. So Giannis is averaging 30, 12, and 6. So it's honestly between the three dudes. It's kind of a coin toss, to be completely honest.
Is Embiid still in that?
Yeah, well, he was the points champion or whatever it's called. I forgot what the tournament.
Yeah, scoring title winner.
Yeah, good lord, we couldn't think of it.
Nailed it. KD said he would vote for Embiid to win MVP.
Embiid average finished at 31, 12, and 4. So they're all pretty even.
I think Harden joining the Sixers hurt Embiid because they kind of had another star there to take away from his shine a little bit. When you have Jokic, who's literally one man carrying the Nuggets currently.
Yeah. Nuggets offense runs completely through Jokic.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I think you give it to Jokic.
I think so too.
Stop disrespecting Monte Morris.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
Hold on. Robbie doesn't even know who that is. He's a point guard for the Nuggets.
Is he one of the Morris twins?
No.
The Morris
Whoa.
I'm pissed. Hate the Clippers.
Yeah, they're not even on the Clippers anymore.
They were, though, at one point.
They were,
That's why we lost the series last year. Because no, year before.
Yeah.
When KP was
ejected.
Yeah.
That was why we lost the series, because KP was ejected. Yeah. I mean, we might have lost anyways, but we would have won game one. We would have won game one if KP wasn't ejected in that game one.
Maybe they should have just won more games and they would have won the series.
Okay, but Luka hitting that step back though to win the game.
Sick, yeah. That was sick. That was sick.
So I saw this TikTok. It was basically what's something that isn't racist but feels racist, and it was Luka hitting the step back on the Black Lives Matter logo.
I ran around screaming.
Oh no, I did too. I ran around the house screaming. I was like, "What is happening?"
That was the most excited I've been
since the Mavs won a championship.
Yeah,
exactly.
All right, we made.
I was gonna say the last time that I was that excited in terms of a playoff game was, remember when Vince Carter hit that fadeaway to win the playoff game in the
the baseline that left corner nuts. Against the Spurs.
That was in like 2014. That was nuts.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I know we've made NBA Finals predictions, I think a couple of times on the podcast now, but we are officially in playoff season. We know the road each team has to get to an NBA Finals and win an NBA championship.
Do we?
I mean, other than any of the play-in teams going to make the finals?
Well, it's not just the play. Well, the Nets going to make the finals.
No way.
Yes. What do you mean? Oh my God, Charles Barkley said the same thing, and it pissed me off. What do you mean, no way? If Simmons comes back at all, and KD and Kyrie play like this, they have a great chance of making the final.
They've proven all year they can't play like this over a consistent period of time. They've had Kyrie for the second half of the season, and they haven't still played that well.
I disagree.
It really comes down to Kyrie, right? Because KD will always give you what you need. But if Kyrie doesn't show up, KD isn't carrying this team through the playoffs. It's not happening.
I'm just saying, I can see the Nets beating Boston in round one, and they play Boston. I think they can beat them. And then they got what? They got to play the. Do they play the Heat? Would they play the Heat next?
What are the live odds on the Nets making the finals? Did you see that, Robbie?
I'm not saying they're the most likely, but I don't think it's a ridiculous take to say that the Nets could make the finals.
I don't think they beat. I think they lose to the Bucks again.
I mean, they're obviously the best play-in team to make the finals.
I think they lose to the Bucks again because I think that the Bucks are a pretty similar team to last year, and I think the Nets are worse than they were last year. And they lost to the Bucks last year.
Yeah, I mean, off from like an inch away, like they barely lost to the Bucks.
Yeah, but still.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking about these like 3 seeds and whatnot, but we're ignoring the number 1 seed in the East that has earned that, the Heat. No one's giving the Heat any respect. Do you think that's warranted?
I think I don't know. I said the same thing about the Grizzlies. It feels to me like the Heat are kind of a regular season team. It's
like of the top 4 teams in the East, right?
Yeah.
You have the Heat, the Bucks, the 76ers, and the Celtics. Not in that order because I'm stupid.
Yeah.
But it feels like of those 4 teams, the Heat are the least talented, but finished with the best record.
Mm-hmm.
So you can get the Nets at plus 350 to win the East. They have the second best odds behind the Milwaukee Bucks.
Wild,
because of suckers like Connor that'll bet on them. That has nothing to do with how likely they are to win the East.
What are the Heat's odds?
Plus 425. They're third.
Kevin Durant
and the Celtics. But them and the Celtics are both plus 425.
Kevin Durant is. I don't think it can be. Okay, it could be argued, but unarguably one of the best players in the world, and arguably the best offensive player in the world. And I think when Kyrie operates at his best, he's a top 3.
Okay, but when Kyrie doesn't operate at his best, who's your second option when Kyrie has a down game?
KD. KD don't have down games.
KD's your first option. KD's your first option.
Okay.
When Kyrie has a down game, who's your second option to KD?
Bruce Brown. You don't have faith in Bruce Brown?
Yeah, okay. I think we can move on.
Well, it depends. When does Simmons come back?
I think we can settle that now. He's not going to come back.
Option.
Yeah, not an option.
Excuse me.
If they use him correctly,
that's going to hurt their spacing.
I agree. I'm very interested to see. Kyrie has been facilitating the ball like an absolute madman. And do you really take the ball out of Kyrie's hands when Simmons comes back?
And Simmons can't play off the ball. The man can't shoot or make layups.
I feel like I remember seeing that trade. Trade and be like, man, if Kyrie comes back and is in his bag, I don't know how you organize that team.
I don't either. Also, do you bring him back in the middle of playoffs when he hasn't played with this team all year? Like that seems like a bad idea.
You cannot tell me man, this is a take. You cannot tell me that he makes the Nets better.
He doesn't move the needle at all.
Put Kyrie at shooting guards. What they did with Harden. They put Harden at point guard and Kyrie at shooting guard.
Ball out of Kyrie's hands.
You can give it to him on the wing. Simmons can dribble it past half court and just kick it to Kyrie on the wing, and then Kyrie can go to work.
He's going to run the offense with a fucking wing. Simmons is going to take 4 seconds off the shot clock.
At least
if Simmons is playing point guard, I'm doubling KD all game. And Simmons can do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
Shoot it, ugly. Shoot it.
Yes, please.
That's what they did against Bruce Brown tonight. If you go were watching, they had whoever was on Bruce Brown basically just took like 10 steps back and was just guarding the middle while they dared him to shoot. It was kind of funny.
I'd rather have Bruce Brown chucking shit than Simmons.
No, he made a few tonight actually.
There you go.
Exactly.
Yeah, Simmons has made a few threes in his career. A few.
Bruce Brown shot 18.
I think he's legitimately made 5. I think Simmons has legitimately made like 5.
More than 0.
Ryan, can I get the number of Ben Simmons threes in this?
I mean, I would rather do nothing else on this podcast.
Ahmad just texted me, I hate Timberwolves fans. I'm literally cheering for PG. What?
Nah, no shot.
What is wrong with Timberwolves fans?
Yeah, what did Timberwolves fans ever do to anyone?
Yeah, well, I'm gonna ask what's wrong.
I didn't know the Timberwolves had fans.
3 points made. Three pointers made.
Yeah, he's made 5 threes in his career. Okay. I was spot on. By the way,
1-0. Oh, by the way, I forgot that
this man has been in the league, played in the league 4 years.
I forgot that.
And he's a point guard. And he's a point guard.
I forgot that Seth Curry is actually the third option on the Nets. That's a pretty good third option. Come on now.
That's a third option.
Come on now. Well, disrespect.
Him and Bowen take Brown. Bowen.
Aldridge is averaging the 4th most points when compared to the rest of the team. Somehow.
I still think if you run into a team like the Celtics or the Heat that can defend, I think you're still in trouble.
Yeah, let's not sleep on my man Drummond with the 16-8 game.
Drummond went nuts. Well, it's because Kyrie fed him. Like, Kyrie had some insane passes into the lane.
And Simmons ain't doing that.
Simmons can. Don't disrespect Simmons' passing ability. If you want to crap on him for his shooting and stuff, the 2 things that Simmons does exceptionally well are his passing and his defense.
And whine. And cry.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
He's a young socialite just
this
looking
is quickly
to find his way
into a Robbie and I hate fest on Simmons.
Yeah, absolutely.
We have to hate on someone every podcast. I can't talk about Aaron Rodgers anymore, so we have to hate on Ben Simmons now.
So another kind of interesting series. Obviously the Chicago Bulls have kind of flown under the radar. They have a lot of good pieces, and I think they kind of flew under the radar this season. The problem is they have the Bucks in the first round.
Bad draw.
It's a really bad draw. So I thought that Chicago team had a lot of promise, especially if they matched up against a worse Eastern team. But that first round going against the Bucks is
Hot take: if it was a first round matchup with the Heat and the Bulls, I think the Bulls could take it in 7. But I think the Bulls could potentially take it.
Do you think that, Ryan? You said this earlier that is it warranted that the Heat aren't getting the attention? I think that the Heat, it's the same exact thing as the Suns last year. Nobody thought the Suns were going to go all the way last year. Remember they played the Lakers in the first round and people were like, oh, the Lakers are going to beat them. It's like nobody expected the Suns to go all the way. So I don't know. Maybe it's the same thing. It kind of has a similar feel.
The Heat are 2 seasons away from making the finals.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
They made the finals 2 years ago.
I didn't even think about that.
And Eric Spoelstra is legitimately the best coach in the NBA, not named Greg Popovich.
That's correct.
And it's not even really close.
Yep.
So
that's a really good point. I didn't think about that. I forgot they were in the finals.
Another thing about the Bulls, I think Lonzo is out, so that also I think hurts you because he was actually a really good piece for them. Yeah, I think so. I think
Lonzo can shoot now, dude. I saw Lonzo.
He's improved his game a lot.
Lonzo's gotten a lot better.
He's improved his game a lot.
Both the Ball brothers,
they're really good.
Have really surprised me in the league.
Yeah,
what's LiAngelo up to? Oh, he was actually on.
Ball?
No, he was on.
He was on the G League team for a little. Yeah, he was actually pretty decent.
For a little bit.
People thought he was actually pretty good. I don't know why he didn't get a call up.
But yeah, I think I saw that they had to shut Lonzo down for the season. I could be completely making that up, but I think I saw that.
And hey, I mean, like when honest to God, I forget how many pieces that team has sometimes because it's DeRozan, Levine, and Vucevic and Ball, and I'm like, I forget how well spread out that team is. Like,
they were leading the Eastern Conference the first 3 months of the season.
They had a dip in the second half. That might have been due to injuries.
You put those 4 up against Jimmy Butler, Hero.
It's a good series.
Lowry.
Yeah, it's a really good series.
I think that goes 7.
Yeah, I do too.
So it's not going to happen. I don't see those two teams meeting up in the Eastern Conference Finals.
And I think Giannis is too much of an X factor to, unfortunately, for the Bulls to overcome. But we'll see. Yeah. I mean, it's not impossible. I don't think it's impossible by any stretch of the imagination. But I mean, and I think we have to talk about Luka Doncic and the Mavericks versus the Jazz series a little bit. Reported right now, they don't know what the timetable is for Luka's return. But say Luka comes back, and say he comes back, just fantasy world, completely healthy game 1. What do we think in the series turns out to be?
Luka's healthy?
Yeah.
Ryan do like Mavs and 4. Yeah, there it is.
Gentleman sweep.
Oh man. Okay.
Realistically though, calf injuries are no joke in the NBA.
Yeah.
Especially in the Mavs. Medical team has been a little bit on the conservative side for the last 5 years. I mean, he missed 17 games this season.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people are making comparisons to the Kevin Durant calf injury that led to the Achilles tear. I think one of the big things is the KD injury was much lower on his calf, which affected more of the Achilles area. Lucas is supposed to be much higher on the calf, so there's not as much worry there. But there's been no report on necessarily a grade of strain. But I mean, I forget the basketball player, but I think Gobert had a calf strain this year. It was supposed to be like a high grade 1, and he was out for 3 weeks to a month.
Yeah.
So if the Mavs medical teams is worried, I mean, do not risk the dude's future.
Yeah, of course.
The only good thing for Luka is that he doesn't really jump when he shoots, so like his calf is like probably all right.
Yeah. Like, I just don't want him to get fat.
Yeah. I have a horrible feeling that he's going to rush. He's gone again.
me and Ryan are just out here this episode, apparently.
I said I have a horrible feeling that he's going to try to rush and come back way before he's healthy enough. I have a bad feeling about that because you've seen it happen before. But I think
Ryan's right about the medical team, though.
I hope so. I hope he's right.
Like again, if you're the Mavericks, like, do you really think you're contending this year? Like, is this year you're going to make it to the finals? I don't think so. Like, probably not. So if you're worried about Luka, that injury causing another injury, like you are probably more conservative. I would be surprised if he didn't play at all in the series. I do think he'll play in the series.
I agree.
I don't think he'll play as many minutes, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him out a game or two.
So Rob, pretending that Luka is out, pretend he's out for the entire series. What do you see this series going to?
If Luka's out the entire series?
He's out the entire series.
It's probably going to 7.
You think so?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm a Mavs fan. I don't understand why people think it's going. Why the Jazz aren't that bad?
Kind of booty cheeks though.
I love you so much.
I don't know. I think I don't know. I think Donovan Mitchell has a ton of influence in games, and I think that he can really, when he wants to, put it on. So I don't really see that. I don't see the Mavs being able to hold him back for 7 games.
Well, we'll see what happens, Connor.
You just
got to believe in your team.
Yes, we will. And obviously, in the play-in game, the Lakers did not make the play-in game, and there have been conflicting reports in terms of their coaching. I'm pretty sure he's been fired. I'm pretty sure the Lakers coach has been fired, and then apparently the head candidate at the moment is Mark Jackson.
Why? Like, why does LeBron want Mark Jackson?
Yeah, LeBron was like, yeah,
get it at all.
I don't either.
Like, it's like there's nothing that excites you about Mark Jackson. There's nothing that hiring Mark Jackson is going to do that'll bring other people to come play in LA or is going to improve your team at all.
Yeah.
Like, surely Pelinka knows that. Like, I get LeBron as like LeBron, but at some point you have to be like, dude, that's a terrible idea.
GM. Not LeBron.
It'll be another Ty Lue situation where it's not actually Mark Jackson, it's LeBron coaching them.
Yep.
Or David Blatt. David Blatt, that's a name from the past right there.
Yeah.
But no, I just don't get why LeBron wants that hire at all.
I don't know. But also, so when they all did their press conferences, LeBron, AD, and Russell Westbrook, it seemed very clear that he was not going to be returning. So where does Westbrook go? Where does that man land?
The Charlotte Hornets are the front runner. The front runner. One of the teams interested.
You want to ruin LaMelo's future forever? Like,
maybe they would trade LaMelo to the Lakers. That would be smart. That sounds like something
Jordan
would do.
LaMelo would love that.
Yeah, he would. LaMelo and LeBron together would be nasty, actually.
And LeBron's son.
I think Westbrook stays in LA. And when I mean LA, he goes to the Clippers.
I could see him being a Clipper,
just
dude.
Despite LeBron.
Just despite LeBron. Because
LeBron wants him to stay.
Is petty like that.
He played with Paul George in OKC, remember?
Yeah, he did. LeBron earlier was like the only reason we didn't win more games because we didn't get to play together that often. It's like that's not true.
That's cap.
Like the two of you played together a lot. Anthony Davis was out, but LeBron and Westbrook played together a lot.
Yeah, well, I think he was referring to all three of them. But yeah, nonetheless, yes, they lost more than Yeah, this past week, Dwayne Haskins passed away in a tragic car accident. We want to offer condolences to his family, obviously, and all the supporters. Yeah. Incredible quarterback at Ohio State, truly.
You could be like Schefter and mention how bad he did in the NFL.
That was so inappropriate.
Did you see his apology? Was
like, it was in a podcast.
Yeah, I was just saying, like
he plugged his podcast. What a man,
that wasn't well done. Also, why isn't Luka up for MVP? I should have mentioned this earlier, but
I said that last week.
28-9-9.
I said that on a 50-win team. I said that last week.
Well, we talked about the MVP and then bring him up again. So
Booker's had Devin Booker's had a little bit of a quiet like MVP, not quite MVP, but he's averaging like 28, 6 and 6 or something like that. So I mean, you got a lot of those guys that are up there in terms of the numbers. I mean, it's just those guys are the top three are just such standouts. I mean, I think you could argue Luka is in standout too, but I don't know. Apparently, he didn't even finish in like top 4. He's barely 5 or 6. So, I watched Iron Man earlier today, the first Iron Man. I forgot how damn good that movie is. How good that first one is. It really is incredible. Honest to God, I think it's top 3. No, not top 3. Top 4, top 5.
My roommate's watching that right now.
The first Iron Man? Mm-hmm. I literally hadn't seen it in forever, and I forgot how damn good it was. And it's just like, because it's obviously such a huge like gap in terms of the amount of time since like till end game or whatever. But yeah, you just forget how good that initial one is.
Tony Stark built
this
in a cave
with a box of scraps.
Classic line. Ryan and I will be recreating the Masters this Friday.
Oh, baby.
Elaborate, Robbie?
The fellows are hitting the links this Friday, so.
What are y'all's handicaps?
Fucking atrocious.
High. Very high.
Yeah.
But it's me and Ryan's roommate versus Ryan and another one of our friends. So we'll see how that goes. But
I think on my best round in Augusta, 115. That's what I go for. I said
if I played at my absolute best, I think I could break 100.
Okay.
My absolute best day, I think I could break 100.
Well,
I wouldn't sniff anything beyond that, but I think I could break 100.
I think I hit 1 or 2 pars, and then there's a lot of 5 putts,
and a lot of balls in water.
That's correct. Yes.
Oh yeah, big time.
The amount of layups that I would be doing if I'm actually going for like a good rounds, my best round score. Yeah.
When you're going for even par?
Yeah. Of course, right. Yeah.
500-yard par 4, stoked about a 200-yard drive. Then I can't hit my woods for shit.
All right, so obviously a lot of the podcast was dominated by the NBA. I think we can start to move into the tier list. So the tier list this week is rappers.
This one might get heated. I could see this one
might get heated. This one might indeed get heated. I will say I didn't.
I'm just making sure I can name every single one I see on this list.
I did say I did not include most of the 90s rappers, aka Tupac, Biggie, just because I wouldn't really say that was the music of our time. Would you gentlemen agree with that statement in particular?
Yeah, I think that's fair.
I feel like these rappers are more our generation, more our influence growing up and stuff. So we're gonna start off with Mr. I believe that's 50 Cent, if I'm not mistaken.
That is in fact Fitty for sure.
Fitty, what do you guys think of Fitty? What's your favorite 50 song? Candy Shop? Me too.
I knew you would say that.
What's the only 50 song you can name? Yeah. We're so white, by the way.
Candy
we're
Shop?
Actually really white.
I can't believe we're actually doing a rapper's
whatever. It's fun. Where are we putting 50?
In the Club is my favorite.
In the Club's not Candy Shop song. Yeah. I feel like
he was hanging upside down. That was pretty cool.
I feel like in the middle.
At the Super Bowl,
Yeah. I was thinking vibes.
I was thinking vibes. Yeah, I think he's in the middle.
Yep.
Who was the guy after 50? I don't know. Is that Usher?
No, that's Usher. Usher's not a rapper. That's Big Sean.
Oh, I did not recognize him from that picture at all. Yeah, I fucking love Big Sean, by the way.
I like Big Sean too. Ryan said he's mid.
I really like Big Sean.
I was making a joke.
I like Big Sean too. What are we thinking?
I don't really have an opinion, to be honest.
I wouldn't put him in the top tier, but I'd put him in banger and a half.
All right.
The few things I've listened to, I'll give him banger and a half. That's what y'all are leaning on.
Feel it. All right, the next one that we got is Cardi B, and if we don't put this in the bottom tier, I'm gonna cry myself to sleep.
Bottom.
Yeah, sorry.
Jeez, fast. Get this shite out my ear. All right, next we got
out of my ear.
We got Childish Gambino, Donald Glover. I'm a huge Gambino fan, so I mean, I'll let you know this way.
At bare minimum, banger and a half.
I'm gonna argue bottom of God tier.
Yes, thank you, God tier. Agreed. Oh yes, sir. Oh, I love him. Childish, so good. This is debate.
We were gonna have the most suburban white kid list of all time.
That's so true. This is DaBaby.
I love DaBaby.
We don't encourage homophobia.
Yeah. Okay, dude, that is the fastest cancellation and uncancellation I've ever seen. Yeah, we gotta put him in the bottom tier.
Yeah, we gotta put him in the bottom tier. Damn it, I forgot about that.
Yep. Yeah, he's down there. We're gonna go. Oh, the next is Dr. Dre.
Dre himself, like, I wasn't huge.
He's fine. Yeah, I think he's. Yeah, I agree.
I
think he's fine. Yeah, I don't mind it. I don't mind that take. Vibes. We'll put him there. Mr. Drizzy, the sixth god. Dre.
Got tier.
You don't
got tier.
I don't know. What was the line I said to you, Robbie? It's like, like I said it when I came into the Discord. It's like,
you said, "Girl, you a lesbian." Girl,
me too. That's the best line. That's Drake line ever. Undisputed best Drake line ever. Next we got Eminem. That's more of a Slim Shady phase, but I mean we're white, so yeah. I mean, yeah. You gotta
banger and a half, hot take.
What do you mean?
No. Terrible take.
That's an awful take. Come on, Ryan. Put some respect on his name. Would you? Well, I guess we'll reorder the top of that. Oh, the next one is Future.
I fucking love
God tier.
I love Future.
Really?
God tier.
Oh
yeah.
I'm not a huge Future fan.
I like you.
All right, I'm outvoted, so I guess we'll put him there. Next, we got J. Cole.
Vibes.
Ooh, I think banger.
I was only gonna say banger and a half. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say too.
I put him at the bottom of banger and a half because Ryan's 5.
There's a couple of J. Cole songs I listen to.
I don't know if I like putting J.
I've never been a.
What? Go ahead, sorry.
I said there's a couple of songs that I have that I listen to regularly, but like, I don't. It's pretty rare that I go back and intentionally listen to J. Cole. Like they just happen to pop up in my playlists.
I guess it's fair.
But I enjoy them when they do pop up.
All right. Well, all right, we'll walk with that. Next we got
Jay. I'm the exact same way, Robbie.
Next we got Jay-Z. I say this a lot, but I think he's an underrated rapper in this day and age, in terms of our generation. Back in the day, but I like Jay-Z.
I think it's really disrespectful to put him below banger and a half, just because of like how big of a titan of rap he is. I don't know. That could be a bad take.
I'd probably put him in God tier.
I can't put him in God tier.
I can't put him in God tier either. Just because, like, I feel like his best songs are...
I like that anyone that rapped before like 2003 were like, no, like, they can't be any higher than banger.
I feel like Jay-Z's best songs aren't just him though. I feel like Jay-Z's best songs are the ones with the crazy and choruses.
Blueprint and like some of his older albums. He has some really good solo songs.
Blueprint goes hard.
I will put him at banger and a half at the top.
That's fine. That's fine.
All right, now we got Juice WRLD. I know what Ryan's gonna say just because Ryan is a Juice WRLD super fan.
You know, it's good music, bro. Like, I don't know what you want me to say.
It's great music.
Robbie,
it's good music.
After his breakup, every time I got on Spotify, it was Juice WRLD. It was that album, that picture right there. It was Juice WRLD every single time I got on Spotify.
You really just exposed him like that.
Damn. Man, what's going on?
Dude, if you looked at my Spotify right now, you'd really think I was like,
Ryan, weren't you in
sad.
in the top 0.1% of Juice WRLD listeners?
And?
Yeah.
Is that a problem?
Robbie, where are you putting Juice WRLD?
God tier.
Thank you.
I hate that, but I guess. Mr. Ye, or formerly known as Kanye West.
I still can't believe you threw Ryan under the bus like that.
I don't think threw him under the bus.
That really is different.
That's fucking despicable.
Kanye's got to. It's not.
I feel like I feel like he got to.
Ryan rolls his eyes.
Ryan doesn't like it. I mean, dude, All of the Lights. That's a banger.
I will listen to that
on the workout playlist.
I will listen to My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy all the way through and like not skip anything.
There's
like
a lot
very
of good songs
regular.
on that. Yeah. I feel like you have to put him in God Jewish because he's in that conversation. Right. Kendrick Lamar.
Where do we put J. Cole?
We put J. Cole in bottom of banger and a half.
Yeah, Kendrick's top of banger and a half.
Over Jay-Z?
Probably not.
I'll put him above.
Over J.
The fact that fucking Big Sean's in the same tier is wild to me. It's fucking Jay-Z, Kendrick, and J. Cole.
I love
Big Sean's a vibe, bro.
Jay Sean, that's different guy. That's a very different
Jay
guy.
I'm gonna have a hot take right now. I think Big Sean has the best rap voice of all time.
Oh wow, okay.
I said voice. I said in terms of like his voice. I think it's the best rap voice of all time. I think it's just smooth like butter.
Disrespectful to my favorite rapper of all time.
Juice WRLD?
Is it Juice WRLD?
No, not.
Yeah, it is. No, it's Juice WRLD.
Are they on the list?
Mm-hmm. I guess we'll get to that. All right, now we're on Lil Nas X.
Oh, this is right. This is Ryan's favorite.
Yeah, that's what I was going to
say. We found him.
He's not a rapper.
Yeah, he's not. He's pop.
Yeah. What am I looking at here?
All right, we'll leave him off the list. That's a fair point. Every time I see Lil, I just like for some reason I get that in my head. We're gonna go with Lil Pump.
You know where he belongs.
Thank you.
Like one good song.
Gotcha. Okay, but he needs to be the not to my taste. He deserves to be above Cardi B.
Okay, I'll give you that.
I don't agree with that, but fine. I guess we don't have anyone there. It's just so sure. Next we have Lil Uzi Vert.
Banger and a half.
Ryan's face.
Banger and a half.
Stuff in his mouth.
If
we're putting Juice WRLD God tier, then Lil Uzi has to be right behind him.
That's fair.
All right, we got Lil Wayne.
God tier.
Oh, that's my favorite rapper of all time. So.
I figured. Once I saw who was left on the list.
Weezy, baby!
I put two together.
Young Moolah, baby! Yeah.
I grew up on that shit. Oh, my God.
Wait, we didn't have a Song of the Week yet? Song of the Week.
Nah, another Lil Wayne song.
Yes! Oh, my
it's God. Literally Drake and Lil Wayne.
It's Fire Truck by Lil Wayne. Everyone go listen.
Oh, my God.
Out on Spotify now. Just dropped.
Yeah. Or on Google Podcasts.
Or on Google, yeah. Well, no, they don't have. You can't get music on Google Podcasts.
We got Meg the Stallion. I think she's vibes. I think she's better than. Yeah, she's way better than Cardi.
Better than Cardi.
I think she's vibe. Ryan, copyright. Free time.
What?
Ryan, copyright. Weekly occurrence.
Speaking of copyright, Ryan, we have 17 cents in our account now.
Yeah, we made 11 last week.
Shit.
We almost doubled our profit.
Connor, when you make the first $1, let me know. We'll put together a parlay where we turn that $1 into like
that's a really good idea.
Yeah. That's great content.
We will do. If listeners, make your friends listen. Get us that money.
Yeah.
And when we reach $1 in ad revenue, we will put together a live $7,000 parlay that will be guaranteed to not hit.
We should just do that as a separate video. Just have like.
Yeah,
we can record that. We can just do this over video.
If you subscribe to our level 1 Patreon, you get to watch the video.
I say Meg Stallion's at the bottom of vibes.
Better than Cardi.
Yeah, we'll put it.
I'm okay with that.
We got the Migos, the group.
Migos.
They're not all that talented, in my personal opinion.
I don't hate the take. How are you ranking the Migos? Where are we going? Quavo, Offset, Takeoff.
Offset, Takeoff, Quavo.
No, that wasn't my ranking. I was just naming it.
No, I'm saying that's my ranking.
Migos for me really is the embodiment of a vibe, but I don't say they have a ton of bands.
Their albums have also just progressively gotten worse. Like each Culture album has gotten worse. The first one was really good, and since then they've just gotten worse.
Walk it like I talk it. Like I Bro, Drake's verse on Walk It Like I Talk It or Walk It Talk It is hard. So what do we? Okay, I guess we're putting Migos in.
That was very Caucasian.
So is Drake. Come on now. I know he's not. I know he's mixed, but we have Nicki Minaj. Anaconda.
Nicki is a very good rapper.
I agree. Yep. I think
she's very talented.
Yeah, I agree.
I would say banger and a half.
Yeah, I agree. I actually agree with that. Yeah, Nicki is. I like her. Never mind. I'm not gonna say it. I just think she's by far. I think she's by far the best female rapper of all time, and I don't think it's even close.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, this is just my personal opinion. Next we got Post Malone. I know he's got a new album coming out soon.
I really love his music, but I can't stand to put him in the same tier as the other rappers we have up at the top.
I would have to agree.
Okay. I really like his music, but like I think banger and a half like is fine, but
I think he's kind of innovated melodic rap. Like I don't think it was as much of a main staple until he came in.
I mean, you could also make the argument that Post is pop as well. Like, there's definitely an argument to be made.
He's more of a rapper than Lil Nas.
Yeah, he's more of a rapper than Lil Nas.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, we'll put him in banger and a half. Next we got Snoop D-O-double-G, Snoop Lion.
La da 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 da.
To be as a rapper, I like it's fine. Like I don't know. He's
a vibe. Snoop.
Yeah, he's just yeah.
Connor's gotta get educated on some of this older rap.
What do you mean?
We gotta get you educated.
That's where I would have put Snoop.
Got my adoration for life when he crip walked in the Super Bowl.
That was hype.
That was stupid. I loved it.
Next we got Travis Scott.
We have to put. He got canceled too, so we have to put him at the bottom.
Canceled.
As much as that hurts my soul.
I just love his music. Yeah, I also love his music. It's the same thing with Chris Brown. Like I hate how much I like Chris Brown music.
Robbie listened to Travis Scott like religiously through undergraduate of college.
Listened?
Embodied?
Actively listens to Travis Scott very often.
Great boy Scoot.
Yeah. I love Travis' music. I think he's one of the best rappers that's currently like actively making music. Like a lot of these guys don't make music very often anymore.
Yeah.
I'm shocked I don't see Breezy on here.
He's not a rapper.
He's about as much more of a rapper than Lil Nas.
That's cap.
What do you mean?
Cap.
No, Breezy's definitely more of a rapper than Lil Nas. What?
Cap.
What music are you listening to?
Your mom's.
Better music than you, stupid.
So I'm gonna be completely honest. I can't remember who this next one is. Who is this for?
Oh no, we're doing this again, Connor.
Oh wait, this is the Waka. This is the Waka.
I hadn't looked at the picture yet, brother.
That's so funny. Yeah, that's Waka Flocka Flame. Wait.
You have all these things about Waka. You don't even know what he looks like.
Yeah, I completely forgot. Dude, I swear that's not what he looks like on his album covers.
For all listeners of the podcast, Connor is a Waka hater.
I'm not a huge Waka fan.
We have had so many debates on Waka with Connor, and we just cannot get the point across. Banger.
Grove Street goes unbelievably hard.
If this was a ranking of just rappers I'm going to play at a party or a pregame, Waka's God tier.
Yes, that's correct. That is 100% correct.
All right, we'll put Waka at banger and a half.
Thank you.
All right, next we got X, but I feel like he's also got to go in the canceled tier.
He's dead. It's different.
So what do you mean?
I don't think that gets you uncanceled.
Oh, but didn't he beat up a gay guy just because he was gay?
I mean,
he also beat up his baby mama. He also beat up his baby mama.
Why are we not putting him in the bottom tier?
Well, we're not canceling Tyreek Hill for that shit either, so.
We talked about him being a good wide receiver on the podcast last week.
Yeah.
Oh,
he beat the shit out of his girlfriend in college. So, also, there's a lot of people who have done a lot of shit on this list. So,
I mean, that's great. Snoop Dogg has done some.
We're not very
Kanye in the last 6 months.
Okay, he hasn't done anything technically illegal.
Technically,
and he's got a mental disorder.
All right, where are we putting X?
Please be patient.
Pretend this is just in the context of music. We don't care about them as people.
Wait,
why are we doing this for X, but we're not doing it for
you guys decided. That's what I said. I'm fine with just taking them at their music face value, like putting Travis and DaBaby.
That's not baby.
I said X is dead, so he gets a pass.
That's not how that works.
That's not how it works.
That's how it works in my mind.
That's not how that works.
The baby can atone. X can no longer atone.
Where are we putting X?
He's a vibe.
Okay.
He's got a song for every mood.
It's true.
I would put him higher.
Jocelyn Flores.
That's
I would put X higher if it wasn't for all the other things we just talked about. But
he and Ski Mask have some great songs.
Yeah, where's Ski Mask?
He's trash.
Where's 6ix9ine?
I refuse to put 6ix9ine on this list.
Oh, what a load!
This is horseshit. This list is stupid.
Also, where's Lil Baby? Where's Gunna? I'm very confused.
I didn't want this to take forever.
You didn't even know who Waka was.
I put Waka in there because Robbie asked for Waka to be in there.
No, that's not true. You said who's the guy that we always. You said who's the guy we always fight about. I said Waka, and so you put Waka in.
I cannot believe you put Lil Pump in over.
As a joke, Lil Pump was the one that was supposed to go at the bottom tier.
Out of all the SoundCloud rappers you could have picked, you picked a Lil Pump.
You did put the best white rapper besides Eminem in here.
Oh, Harlow?
Where's Daddy Jack?
I should definitely have had Jack Harlow in this list. Where would we put Jack Harlow? Let's just say it.
What a shite list.
Your mom doesn't love you.
God tier.
I don't know, God tier. Actually, I would put him in God tier too. Let's be real.
He's a banger for sure.
All right, so as is tradition, we have to order the first tier. We have to put in order the first tier.
Wait, hold on. Back to Daddy Jack. What did y'all think of his new song that came out?
The chorus was phenomenal. Verses were not good.
Agreed.
Haven't listened.
The snippet came out on like TikTok, and like the snippet was sick. It was just the chorus, like sampling Fergie's Glamorous, and it went hard.
Yeah.
And then the verses were super mid and very uninspired. So
super mid.
Yeah, no, they were. He's right. He's super mid.
Yeah, you can just tell like he put together a sick chorus and like
he's like, all right, we're done.
Verses over. He like had to put verses over and get it out, and so he just
that's basically. I think that's actually what happened.
Yeah.
So do you guys have the rappers, or you want me to name the top tier?
I don't have them.
Okay, so we have Drake, Gambino, Eminem, Future, Kanye, Juice, and Lil Wayne.
I love that.
I love our list. That's fantastic.
I fucking love that.
So we have to order it. Is Drizzy at the top? Does Drizzy stay at the top?
It's Drizzy and Wayne 1-2. I feel like you got to do that.
I mean, just like the amount of influence that Drake has had is just ridiculous. So yeah, and I agree. So 3, I think 3 is where it gets a little interesting. Oh, Ryan's gonna say Juice WRLD.
Realistically, because of the stop laughing.
Juice is bottom.
The influence on the music that they've had is between Ye and Eminem.
Oh,
right?
I forgot Kanye's still there. Kanye's 3. I would probably actually put Kanye number 1, but
that's a load of shit.
Different debate.
Over Drake?
Yes.
Nah, there's zero chance he's over Drake. No.
Incorrect.
You are wrong. It's not even that your opinion is wrong. It's factually you are incorrect.
Kanye is better than Drake.
Kanye mid.
Let's check in on the Timberwolves. Clippers are winning. Damn it!
Yep.
35-28.
I mean, that's not like insurmountable.
Still ball game.
All right, so
Kanye is 3. I won't take Kanye any lower.
Ryan, you put Kanye or Emmett 3?
It's disrespectful.
Who's had more influence on rap, Kanye or Eminem? That's actually a tough question.
I feel like you asked that like it's obvious, but it's actually a good question.
Kanye's had more influence on production.
What is the color of my skin?
Right.
That doesn't. You can't use that as a reason.
Just for that, I'm gonna pick Kanye 3. Just for that comment.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
That was slightly out of pocket.
Kanye. And we got M. So now we got Gambino, Future, and Juice.
Future.
I would put Gambino.
I love Future.
Why? I don't understand the Future hype. He's got a few. I mean, come on now. Low life though. Next
time we're all together, we'll all sit on the couch and watch Future music videos for like 5 straight hours. Then you'll understand.
Sensational. Sensational.
Sensational.
Sensational.
All right. So is Juice bottom or is Gambino bottom?
Gambino, I can't.
No way!
Yeah, it's a bad take. That's a bad take. That's a bad take.
He just goes at the bottom. Gambino's definitely. I would put Gambino higher if I was being honest, but.
No, I'm okay with Gambino there.
I mean, emotionally, Future's over Gambino, but logically, Gambino's over Future.
Dude, that's what I'm saying.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Inherently wrong.
No. Gambino's over Future.
Also, Lil Baby would also be in God tier if, Connor could make a reasonable tier list. But
maybe stop sitting on your ass and actually do something for the podcast for once.
I am.
That's true. Yeah, Ryan literally doesn't do anything. I at least post on social media occasionally.
I show up.
You don't show up on time.
Ryan, you don't even promo.
Yeah, you don't. You said you were going to promo so hard last week, and I didn't see a single fucking post out of you.
Is that really not promo?
No,
you didn't.
You hate to see that. I didn't do better.
Yes, that's what we've been saying.
Leaving a comment on any of our social media posts that Rob is going to handle reasons that I should do better. Besides, wanting the podcast.
So you just pinned it on Robbie again. Yeah.
Oh, my little bitch. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's out of
if Ryan doesn't promo this week, he officially gets none of the earnings from this podcast for the entirety of its duration.
That's the entirety of its duration.
Yeah,
that's wild.
When we blow up, Ryan still doesn't get any because he didn't
act like I don't know nobody.
Who is that from?
I tried to remember it. I made the reference, and I'm not sure.
Ryan, do you know the clip of Lil Wayne where someone's reading him off the magazine's best rappers of all time? Yeah. Robbie didn't know that clip. I was like, he's never seen that clip.
So.
Gucci Mane?
Gucci Mane?
Shout out Gucci Mane. It's so funny.
That is the most polite Wayne way to say fuck God I've ever heard in my life.
Gucci ass, my G.
That's basically what he's saying.
Yeah, I don't see Gucci on this list either.
Yeah, I'm not putting Gucci on the list.
Gucci would be God tier.
Gucci did a remix with Jake Paul over It's Everyday, bro. So I can't stomach putting him. He did a remix.
Where was Jake Paul on the list?
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, he was unavailable for our tier list.
Ah, damn. Rats.
Yeah, unfortunate. Ryan, do you wanna sign us out?
I gotta go to bed.
Bitchin'.
Since someone was late.
It's only 10:30. I was 15 minutes late.
I have to be at work at 7 tomorrow. Fight me.
Yes.
So I guess that means no Rocket League.
Definitely.
I'll play Rocket League.
Damn it.
All of a sudden, I cannot play Rocket League.
Brian, you son of a...
No bullshit. I have a meeting in 2 minutes.
Yeah, you said that.
That's good timing.
I have to go do that.
Should we play Rocket League after?
Something just came up.
I'll text Riley and see if he wants to play with us. I need my carry.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for listening to all of our shitting around and phenomenal sports takes. Remember, this is not gambling advice, and Robbie will reiterate that at the very end of the podcast. But once again, thank you for listening to the Bros in the Berg podcast, wherever you get your podcasts, and we hope to see you on the next one. Cheers.
Please gamble responsibly.